Hey everyone, it's Rhonda here from Nelson Soapery. I know none of you will be expecting me to come on today, but I thought, look, I just wanted to come on just to have a little bit of a chat while I also do a few things, because I am actually packaging up just a few things for myself, not for a sale, but just to pop on the shelf. But anyway, I thought, look, I just wanted to come on here because I've had lots and lots of people actually reach out to me and say they're actually, not doing so well business wise. They're struggling with sales, and they thought that, sales would be ramping up now because of Christmas time. So I just thought, look, I'll just come on here and hopefully I can give a little inspiration to all of you, including myself, because I have to be honest, September's not been a good month. I mean, usually, September is a huge month, and it's usually very, full of sales, but lots and lots of people are saying the same. There is no sales in September and they are really struggling. So, and, look, honestly, I get it. I totally get it. It's really, really hard at the moment with sales. So please don't feel discouraged. And like I said, I just kind of wanted to get onto that point. Oh, hi, love. Hello, Carly. How are you, my love? I know it's unexpected because I'm not usually doing this, but I thought, look, I'll come on here because the last few days my husband has actually been putting new lights in the studio because, and this is one thing I thought I'll bring up to everyone, because I know a lot of people think that I get heaps of money, heaps of sales, but that's not true. And inside here, I couldn't even afford to get the new lights in. And out of 4 lights, only one was working. The rest of them wouldn't work. And I thought, oh no. So when I was editing, I had to keep fixing the lighting. So that was a real pain in the bum, to be really honest. Oh, hi, my love from US. How are you, my love? It's probably, I don't know, maybe it's early in the morning in the US. I know you're 8 to 13 hours difference depending on the time of the day and where you are, of course, because the US is so big. You have quite a lot of different parts of the US. And in Australia, we're the same. We have a couple hours difference depending on the states that you're in, but most states are Eastern Standard Time. So I think at the moment it's roughly, I'm going to say it's the afternoon. I can't even tell you what the time is because I'm in here packing things up. But yeah, my total thing today, oh, your market got cancelled. Oh no, that's a bit sad, isn't it? So yeah, and at the moment, look, honestly, everyone's telling me that the sales are no good. Hi, my love. Welcome, lovely. 11:20 p.m. in Tennessee. Okay, so it is nighttime. Jammies are on and you're probably getting ready for bed and you have to see my Aussie head on here instead. But yeah, so I just thought, lots of people are saying to me they're struggling, they're not doing very well at the moment. And I guess I just wanted to say, look, some of the big companies aren't either. So please don't despair. And as I always tell everyone, it takes a long time. Like, honestly, Carly, who is on here, is so lovely. I've had coffee with Carly and we've talked about this before, that, business is tough. I mean, you just don't get up and make $1 million. It's not how it works, but it is worthwhile. When I started, honestly, I didn't make any sales. I never even sold anything. And even when I was doing my first markets, I was only selling $85 or $86 my first market. So I really didn't make money. But then at the end of the markets, after doing them for, I think, a year and a half, I was taking close to $1,000. So it really is different as well. Oh, thank you. Candle making stylist. Thank you. You're an absolute gem. And I do try and give, honestly, I try and give honest advice, because I know when we're all watching YouTube, and I used to do it, you see these companies where the labels start just spraying out of the machine. And I mean, they're packing thousands of jumpers or candles, and they're talking about making millions of dollars or 100,000 a month. And I think most of us look at that and say, well, why are we not selling any product? We only want $20,000, not $200,000. But that's the thing. I just want to be honest and tell everybody that it doesn't work like that quite often. It really doesn't, and it's not realistic. So please don't base your idea or your soaping, candle, cosmetic, whatever company you're doing, don't base that on people that are doing that. Those people are probably, might have been doing it for a long time. They might have had a lot of money to pump into it, a lot of advertising money. there's lots of factors to it. They might have just been picked up virally. There's so many things, that contribute. And can I be honest, when I started, before I did TikTok, I really wasn't that known. And when I started doing TikTok, one of my videos went viral, and I think it's had about 130,000 views and lots of shares, like thousands and thousands of likes. And that video honestly really pushed me out. So sometimes it is just that free media, and I didn't do anything special. It was just me making a blue bath bomb. And to be really honest, I didn't think it was that good, the video. But I thought, my daughter said, Mum, just put it on, because I wasn't even going to put it on. But, that goes to show the power of free advertising, and you just never, ever know. So, that's really important to know that, honestly, before I just didn't get sales. People didn't know who I was or anything like that. But as time goes on, you do kind of get more traction. Even like myself on Instagram and things like that, I get more traction now, whereas I didn't before. You probably notice I do a lot of reels. And, I film everything because, you know what, you might as well just have the camera going. I mean, if you don't want to use the footage, then just delete it off, or, and I don't have a camera. I use an iPhone, so I can't afford one. I mean, hopefully now, because I did say, once I get to a certain point on Patreon, that I will be looking into a camera, which I have been looking into. So, and now I think we're kind of at that level on Patreon where hopefully I can go into the store and talk to them about getting one that's a better filming. But honestly, everyone, I never wanted my videos to be, polished. A lot of them are super polished, like a movie show, and I didn't want that. I wanted it to be realistic. I wanted it to be like just a normal, everyday woman just trying to make a business work, so that I can hopefully, give ideas to people, and so on. And that's the same reason why I started the conference, the Australian Soaping and Candle Conference. It was the same reason, because I just really wanted to help businesses. And one of my daughters also owns a company, and we've been talking at the moment of hopefully in 1 or 2 years opening up a store together. And we will actually, what we're hoping to do is have one small section of the store where we can actually sort of support new businesses and let them come in for, maybe a weekend for free, and just set up for a weekend or something like that. I don't know, but I mean, it's a long way away, but we're talking in the pipelines about what we can do to actually help other small businesses that maybe can't afford to get into a store, because both of us totally understand what that's like, not being able to afford it. You want it because people will come, but at the end of the day, you can't open a shop with no money. So anyway, hopefully that is something that maybe inspires some people, and hopefully we can get some Aussie businesses, and not just Aussie, but other businesses off the ground in other countries. I mean, hopefully that's something that we can do. We're kind of looking at lots of different things, what we can actually do to help business, because as you know, I am really, really passionate about helping small business. So if anyone has any ideas or tricks or tips that you suggest that maybe we could look at, I mean, just pop them down in the comments. That would be super, super good, because we would look at that. And I don't know how, because I do think, once we open that and allow people to come in for free, I think a lot of people will try and do that. So it's just going to be a bit of a time frame to see how we're going to do it, how we're going to choose somebody, and so on. But anyway, like I said, I just really wanted to tell people that. And also, one thing that, I do say that's really important, when I actually make products, everybody, I actually hand do all the labels. Like, I still cut them by hand. I stick them by hand on my items. So like, for instance, this is one of my bath bombs. So on the bottom of it, I just hand stick that. So, like it's on adhesive paper, but I'm just printing that out. So I'm not doing anything super exciting. Honestly, I can't afford to get boxes printed yet. I really can't. I mean, I'm looking at it at the moment with a couple of companies, but it's just so expensive that you kind of have to ask yourself why, how we can afford it, and, when we can get to kind of that step. So anyway, I just thought, we'll kind of talk about a few things like that. And as I said, if any of you have any tips that you can give us to, looking at a kind of business that helps other businesses as well. And as I said, we're hoping to go into a store, in a year or two. It's not going to happen this year. That's definitely for sure. Maybe the end of next year, hopefully, or the year after. I'm not sure. But anyway, that's kind of my goal. But like I said, my main thing was to come on here and really just hopefully inspire you all a bit to keep going, because I know it's really hard. It's really hard when you're not making money, and you think, God, how am I just going to get over the line? How am I just going to sell something? Because I know I've sat there many times thinking, oh, is this worth it? Because I'm not selling anything. But, after time, you slowly will. It just takes time. Anyway, I think I've said my bit on here, and I hope I have given somebody a smile on here for today, and I will see you guys on my next video really soon. If you haven't seen me on Patreon, that's where I put all my recipes, because many people ask me where they are, but I do pop them over there now, everybody. So hopefully that does help. Hello, Dee. It was just a quick chat for me to come on here today just to say hi, and hopefully, like I said, give a little bit of inspiration to everyone as well. Oh, while I'm on here, before I go, I'll tell you guys, you can actually get little boxes like this. This is basically what I use. I think these work out to be 25 cents a box. I mean, super cheap. So if you're in Australia, they are from Stanley Packaging, and that's what I pop everything in. You're in the slow stage. Yeah, and I understand that, love, because, it's really hard. And look, we're the same. I know a lot of people think that I sell heaps of products. I don't. Honestly, I make most of my money from YouTube or Patreon, from teaching people and helping. Like, I do sell products. I don't want to say I don't. I do. But, it's hard, and I don't sell them every day. So that's something that I do want people to understand. It's not an everyday. I guess if I had money to actually pay, for advertising, 100%, I think I would be top of my game. I'm not going to lie. I do think I would be ranked quite high, but I honestly can't afford that, because I was talking to a person a while ago that has one of these companies, and they were saying people spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to get to the top of Google. So the only thing is asking people to review you, whether you're doing what I'm doing on YouTube, inspiring people, or whether I'm on Patreon and I'm helping people with business tips and I give business plans and things like that over there. That's something, that you can give somebody a review even for that. So even if somebody down the road loves your product, you've given it to them for free to try, ask them, hey, did you really like it? Can you give me a review on Google? And all they've got to do is search your name up on Google, and you'll come up, and then they can just review your product and give you a star 1 to 5 and write something, or they can just give you a star if they want. It's really easy. You won't get emails back and all of this sort of thing. There's nothing like that. So that is really worth it. Just ask anybody to give you a review. You need that to get higher ranked on Google and places like that. Hi, Mark. I was going to exit out in a few minutes, but I was just answering a few questions and just kind of talking about, things you could do, I guess, for free to try and get your business up and going, because we all know it's tough at the moment, tough times. But hopefully with Christmas around the corner, we'll all kind of get more people buying things and getting things, getting all those Christmas gifts that they want. And myself, I will only be buying from small business this year. I won't be buying from any big corporations this year. So I'm trying really hard to just support small business. And I've said to my kids, if you want something, please don't choose a brand name. Please just choose from a smaller place that you really love their stuff, and we'll get you something from there. So anyway, that's kind of my goal this year. So I hope that works, because it's actually hard because young kids, and my kids are teenagers or are young adults, they basically want a brand name, because that's what they've grown up with, seeing brands, and when they were young we couldn't afford it. They never had any brand name things, but now that they're a bit older, and the youngest one now, she does get brand products. But you know, I'm trying to teach everybody, you know, including my own children, that you don't need to have a brand. I mean, you know, the brands that we buy, honestly, it's just what I'm talking about. They have slowly grown that business. They've slowly grown that name. And then that's why people go, I want it. It's not that it's any better than anyone else. I mean, there's some big body companies that, you know, their product is no better than many other people's that I see. And I look at the ingredients and they're almost the same, but people just know that company, so they buy from there. I mean, I even had my teenage daughter the other day have a parcel come to the house that was a lotion she bought. And I said, how dare you buy a lotion from someone else? I mean, you know, and the lotion did feel lovely, I've got to be honest, but you know, that's the thing. They just buy because and she said, I wanted the name. I wanted to see what that name was. And she said to me, Mum, it really feels the same as yours. But that's the thing, everyone. You know, like they've had a lot of time to get their brand name across. So that's all we've got to do. That's the only way to get your business up and going and working. But anyway, like I said, I'll go now because I don't want to take up everyone's Sunday, because in Australia it is Sunday today. But I will see you soon on my next video. Bye, everyone.